What's going on, YouTube? Today I got this 2001 Toyota Sequoia with the 4.7 liter V8. Now the customer's complaining of the vehicle running rough and losing power and the check engine light on and flashing. So we know what that means if you know anything about check engine lights. We have a misfire. Now the only thing that concerns me, if you look, this thing's got 347,000 miles on it. Granted, it is a 4.7 liter V8 that's known to go a million miles a couple times, if you've watched those videos. But for the benefit of the doubt, I'm suspecting coils, and I'm going to test that theory and show y'all how to do it as well. I've already diagnosed this. Generally, I'll diagnose vehicles before I do these videos. That way, we're not monkeying around, and these videos last way too long, and I bore y'all to death. So, first thing we're going to do is going to start the car up. We're going to plug our little connector in here. I'm using the blue driver today. And it's over here, bottom right corner. And I can feel this thing shaking and running rough. Check engine light's flashing. And we're going to scan these codes. Alright, go to the blue driver app. Hit connect. It's still seeing the other vehicle I did, so hold on. Recodes. Alright, we have a P300, 307, 308, 430. And now these other codes, 1325, 1330, it's from me testing and unplugging coils. But the two current codes are the P307, 308. The 300 is just there because it's more than one cylinder misfiring. And I'm going to show y'all how I tackle this and diagnose it. Let's turn this thing off. I'm going to roll this window down because sometimes cars have demons in them that decide to lock the door on me. Had it happen. It's not cool. Alright, now there's two ways you can tackle this. Me, I have the luxury of doing a lot of these cars, so generally whenever we have misfires on any car, you know, with more than one coil, I like to suggest all the coils, especially with this many miles on it. Generally you replace one or two, and you know the car will keep coming back every few months with another one going bad and another one going bad. So I give the customer the option to either replace the two that are bad, or just go ahead and do them all with new fresh spark plugs as well. Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no. But when they say yes, I generally will save a few of the known good coils for test purposes. Now the other way you can do this is while the car is running, you can unplug the coils that are associated with the cylinders that are misfiring, and you can take another coil and you can swap them around and reset the codes to see if the code comes back on a different cylinder. Or you can just unplug them to see if it makes a difference in the way the engine's running. But this method's a lot easier. So I've already got these bolts loose. And these coils, Toyota uses a pretty similar coil on most of their models, depending on the year range. These ones I have are a little different, but they plug in and they'll work. Push your tab up if it decides to cooperate. Because these Toyota tabs are notorious for not wanting to come up, and if they don't, just grab you a little pick. Sorry, my little headlight that I have is burned out. I got to get it warrantied out, and just pull up on the tab gently without breaking it. And we're going to set this coil down in here, plug it in, and like I said, this one's designed a little differently, but it'll work. Get that bolt off of there so it don't shake off. Go to the other side. You can see where over the years they've been tuning it up and changing the coil here, changing the coil there, and that's why I always recommend doing them all at once, because this is what's going to happen if you don't. Pull up on your tab. Just going to keep chasing misfires. If you do them all at once, generally you'll be good for probably a good 100,000 miles. But because they've been playing musical coils with this thing, this is why they're back here today. So let's go fire this bad boy up and confirm that the misfire is gone. Now that catalytic converter code 430 could just be there because of the misfire. I can already feel it. Feel a big difference. It's not shaking. Check engine light's not flashing. Now granted, it's going to stay on until it goes through a drive cycle and resets itself, but obviously if the customer does the work, I'm going to just turn it off for them. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to recommend all 8 coils, all 8 plugs. I don't know when they did the spark plugs last. Right now they're firing. We have no misfire, so if they decide to do no plugs, then we're going to at least try to stress the 8 coils so they're not coming back every few thousand miles for another coil like obviously they've been doing. You can tell under the hood. Anyways, if they do buy all this stuff in the plugs and the coils, I'll possibly make a video on it for y'all. But at least we know what's wrong now. At least we know that these coils are going to fix it. That's why I save old parts that are known good, because it makes my life easier and it'll make your life easier too. Anyways, y'all have a good day. Please check like down below. Please subscribe. Peace out, YouTube.